Another reading from the Science of Mind magazine, The Daily Guides. We're coming towards the end of the month, the end of Reverend Michelle's writings, which I think have been pretty good because they're concentrating on something that a lot of us are not very good at, which is ourselves. A lot of us have been brought up to believe that that is just a no-no. But as you've been learning this month, it's not a no-no at all. And in fact, today's reading, We All Deserve Love, emphasizes that. And Stephen Chbosky, who is an American author and filmmaker, amongst other things, says, we accept the love we think we deserve. We accept the love we think we deserve. When you think about it, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? We accept the love we think we deserve. And Ernest Holmes says, to become alive and build the greatest lives, we must become something more, something worthwhile. That's in Love and Law. Into the book there, page 32, paragraph 1, Ernest Holmes. And this is Reverend Michelle. The love we experience is in direct proportion to what we feel we deserve. This can be a challenging concept to accept. It might be a lot easier if it were more random and filled with chance. Yet, we know how the creative process works. It's precise. Really translated, in any aspect, including love, what she's saying is the same thing that Jesus, another great leader, said, it's done unto you as you believe. When we don't experience the kind of love that we want, we can find it a lot easier to focus on the other person or other people. What does she mean by that? She means if they would just change or be different, then I could have what I want. Certainly, there are reasonable times when two people need to negotiate changes around how they're going to be with one another. Yet, an awakened conscious person will always be willing to look at their part of all relationships in order to expose beliefs about themselves that may have gone unnoticed. They'll do this because changing and negotiating a new behavior without a corresponding change in a belief about what is deserved will not bring about lasting change. Right? Makes sense. We must start with the proposition that we deserve to be loved and respected. Then we can get about defining for ourselves what that means to us, and we can begin to pay attention to when we feel the opposite. Owning up to our deeper mind's ideas about what we deserve or what is possible for us can awaken us to the changes we need to make in our own minds and hearts in order to be receivers of great and joyful love and support. He said, this is what we deserve. So I said, it all goes back to two things. It's done unto you as you believe. Why? Because life, God, groundable being, the all, responds to us by co-responding. Because that's the way the law of mind works. If you think you don't deserve something, then that's what you're projecting out into the universal subjective mind. And guess what? That is what you get back. And when you project out into the universal subjective that you are a worthy person, then that too is what you get back. So, pretty simple concept. Easy? No. Simple? Yes. It's done unto you as you believe. So that it really is kind of the summary of all of this. At least that's my summary of it to make it easier. Which, when she goes back, the love we experience is in direct proportion to what we feel we deserve. What you put out into the universal subjective is what you get back. And she says it can be challenging to accept this. So, but it isn't random. There's a direct proportion to what happens. There's a law of cause and effect of mind, just like there's a law of cause and effect that Newton proposed when he said, okay, you hit a ball, an object that's at rest, and it starts to go in motion. You put something up and stop it, it stops. It's just the law. So the law of mind says that what you put out is reflected back to you in what you get. And that applies to love and everything else. So pretty simple. Let me see. I'm just knowing for each and every person here that they are willing to accept that they are worthy and worthwhile persons. And that the universal objective is given to each one of the magnitude and the ability within it to help bring about relationships that are truly meaningful. And that each person is at home in their own mind. And I claim that this is truth. And I release this truth with gratitude into a divine law that always says yes. And so it is.